Have you ever wondered what it truly takes to find peace and contentment in your daily life? In this video, I will reveal 11 things you should quietly eliminate from your life, each backed by the timeless wisdom of Stoicism. But why quietly? Silence isn't just a pause, it's a powerful tool for inner peace and true happiness. It allows us to deeply reflect, recharge, and reconnect with what truly matters. By quietly removing these things, we focus more on internal growth than external validation. So, what are these things cluttering your life that you haven't noticed yet? I'm not just going to list them. I'll guide you through each step to gently let them go, providing real-life examples to make it really easy to apply these principles in your daily life. It might feel tough at first, but it's absolutely necessary. Are you ready to spring clean your life? Let's start with the first thing you need to let go. Negative self-talk. That little voice in our heads that can be way too critical. You know the one. It can really drag down our self-esteem and stop us from reaching our full potential. It's time we rise above that and start being kinder to ourselves. Marcus Aurelius once said, "The happiness of your life depends upon the quality of your thoughts." This hits home, right? It reminds us that our thoughts really shape how we experience life. So it's really important to make sure those thoughts are lifting us up, not tearing us down. We all fall into the trap of negative self-talk sometimes, maybe after a game of basketball where you missed what could have been a winning shot, or when you tried a new recipe and it didn't turn out like you hoped. Instead of beating yourself up and thinking, "I'm no good at this," acknowledge the slip-up, but then shift to, "I'm getting better every time I try." To kick this habit, we first need to catch ourselves when those negative thoughts pop up. Acknowledge them, sure, but don't let them define you. Instead, start talking to yourself with the same kindness you'd offer a good friend. Building a positive mindset isn't just nice, it's necessary. Try starting your day listing things you're thankful for to shift focus from what's missing to what's plentiful. And make sure you're hanging out with positive influences, books, podcasts, or friends who lift you up. Also, don't forget to do things that make you genuinely happy. It's a surefire way to silence those doubts. Remember, choosing our thoughts is in our power. Keep swapping out those negative ones with positive vibes and watch how it transforms you into a more resilient and loving person. Now, let's shift from internal challenges to external ones as we address toxic relationships. Ever found yourself stuck in relationships that feel more draining than uplifting? Those are what we call toxic relationships. They can really poison our spirit and hold back our personal growth. These are the kind of relationships filled with negativity, endless drama, and disrespect, creeping into our lives and sucking away our joy and energy like a venom. It's crucial to recognize the hold these relationships have on us and find the courage to step away from anyone who brings us down. The first move? Start surrounding yourself with people who lift you up. Look for friends who are positive, inspiring, and genuinely care about you. When you're around the right people, you'll feel their positive energy boosting you to become the best version of yourself. Remember, we often end up mirroring the people closest to us. To really cut toxic relationships out of your life, it's essential to set strong boundaries and put your well-being first. Socrates, the wise old philosopher, once said that an unexamined life is not worth living. So, take a good hard look at your relationships. Which ones are nurturing, and which ones are just wearing you down? Here's an example. Think about a friend who always criticizes you and others, turning every hangout into a session of complaints and negativity. Instead of feeling refreshed, you leave feeling deflated. It's tough, but sometimes, distancing yourself from this kind of friend is necessary for your own mental and emotional health. It might be painful and challenging to make these changes, but remember, you have every right to protect your peace and happiness. Detach from toxic ties, and you'll find yourself feeling a whole lot lighter and freer. Next, let's look at the personal habits that might be holding us back. Ever noticed how easy it is to fall into bad habits? Whether it's hitting the snack cabinet too often, lighting up a cigarette, or ending every stressful day with one too many drinks, these habits can really take a toll on us, both body and mind. They trap us in a cycle of self-destruction. But it's crucial to see these behaviors for what they are and consciously decide to stop them. Yes, it's tough. These habits offer a sort of comfort and are embedded in our daily lives. But when we commit to change and personal growth, we start to steer our own ship. A practical move? Swap out the bad with good, instead of unwinding with a smoke or a drink. How about a jog, a meditation session, or some time with your paintbrushes or guitar? Dealing with why we lean on these habits is key to really breaking free. Fill that space with things that enrich your soul, and don't underestimate the power of a solid support network. Surround yourself with folks who are all about living better. They'll cheer you on and keep you honest. As Seneca once said, associate with people who are likely to improve you. Take a moment to reflect on the habits dragging you down. Remember, we're not defined by past mistakes, but by the choices we make now. Let's choose a brighter, healthier path forward, shaking off the shadows that once held us back. Letting go of regret and guilt is crucial if you want to grow and find peace within yourself. Sure, it's important to look back and learn from where things went wrong. But if you're always replaying those mistakes in your head, you're just trapping yourself in a loop of self-blame and negativity. We all mess up. It's part of being human. Those slip-ups are actually valuable lessons in disguise. Friedrich Nietzsche put it boldly, "That which does not kill us makes us stronger." Our errors teach us humility, help us grow, and deepen our understanding of ourselves and others. So, instead of beating yourself up over past mistakes, why not focus on forgiving yourself? Self-forgiveness is like setting down a heavy bag you've been carrying. It frees you up to move forward with a lighter step and a clear mind. And it's not just about forgiving yourself. Extend that forgiveness to others too. Holding on to grudges just piles on more weight. Remember what Epictetus said, "Forgiveness is better than revenge, for forgiveness is the sign of a gentle nature." By letting go of resentment, we open ourselves up to positive energy and new growth. Imagine you're stuck on something embarrassing or hurtful you did years ago, maybe snapping at a friend over something trivial. By holding on to that guilt, you're not only hurting yourself but possibly straining an important friendship. Now picture what it would feel like to apologize sincerely, forgive yourself, and let it go. You'd probably feel a huge relief and maybe even strengthen that friendship, right? By embracing forgiveness, both for ourselves and others, we clear a path to a more peaceful and purposeful life. Let's drop the baggage of the past and step into a brighter future. When it comes to finding true fulfillment and inner peace, it's essential to free ourselves from the grip of unnecessary material possessions. We often get caught in a consumerist trap, always buying more in the hope of feeling happier, only to find that more stuff doesn't mean more joy. It's high time we embraced minimalism. This isn't about deprivation, it's about clearing out the clutter to make room for what really matters. In today's world, where excess is the norm, we need to stop and ask ourselves why we're buying what we buy. Is it really necessary, or are we just trying to fill an emotional gap? Adopting a minimalist approach encourages us to focus on what genuinely brings us happiness, and not just what we're told should make us happy. The key to this is detachment. We need to disconnect our self-worth from our possessions. Our real value lies in our relationships, experiences, and personal growth, not in the things we own. To start this journey towards minimalism, begin by decluttering. Pick a small area and go through your items one by one. Ask yourself, does this item bring me joy or add real value to my life? If not, it might be time to let it go. Be mindful of the messages in advertisements and societal norms that push us to acquire more. They often distract us from our true needs and desires. Think about the last time you cleaned out a drawer or a closet. Remember how satisfying it felt to only keep the things you really use or love? That's the feeling we're aiming for, but on a larger scale. Let's make more room for life and less for stuff. Learning to stop comparing ourselves to others is another key step towards self-acceptance and personal growth. We often get trapped in measuring our skills, achievements, and looks against those around us, which usually ends up making us feel inadequate and full of self-doubt. It's crucial to recognize that everyone has their own unique strengths, weaknesses, and paths in life. Embracing this idea helps us drop the constant search for validation and approval from others. A wise man once said, "Comparison is the thief of joy." This statement hits home by reminding us that measuring ourselves against others only robs us of happiness and contentment. To break away from this harmful habit of comparison, shift your focus to your own potential and self-improvement. Instead of obsessing over what others have accomplished or their apparent advantages, focus on discovering your own strengths and abilities. By adopting this mindset, you cultivate an understanding that your value isn't based on how you stack up against others, but on your commitment to personal growth and becoming the best version of yourself. Imagine you're at a family gathering, and you hear about a cousin who just got a big promotion or bought a fancy car. It's easy to feel like you're falling behind. But instead of dwelling on this, refocus on your own goals and achievements. Maybe you've been learning a new skill or improving your health. These are personal victories worth celebrating, not comparing. This shift helps you appreciate your journey without the weight of comparison. Resisting impulsive reactions in the face of life's chaos is critical. These reactions, often driven by our immediate emotions and instincts, can lead us to make decisions without proper thought, which we might regret later. By developing emotional intelligence and self-control, we learn to handle situations with more calmness and deliberation, moving beyond our impulsive tendencies. Friedrich Nietzsche once insightfully remarked, "He who cannot obey himself will be commanded." This powerful statement encourages us to examine our deepest motivations and work towards mastering our impulses. Giving into these quick reactions can negatively affect our relationships, hinder our personal growth, and obstruct progress in many areas of life. Emotional intelligence enables us to understand our emotions and underlying motivations better. This awareness helps us recognize what triggers our impulsive reactions, allowing us to take steps to mitigate them before they take hold. By improving our self-control, we take charge of our actions and avoid being controlled by passing whims. Epictetus advised, "No man is free who is not master of himself." Adopting this philosophy, we start a journey of self-exploration and personal growth. By overcoming the urge to react impulsively, we not only foster our own inner peace, but also contribute to a more harmonious world. Imagine you're in a heated discussion and feel the urge to snap with a harsh reply. Instead, you take a deep breath, step back, and choose a thoughtful response. This not only diffuses potential conflict, but also strengthens your relationships and self-respect. By practicing these skills, we become not just reactive beings, but thoughtful individuals, shaping a more considered and peaceful existence. One of the biggest obstacles on our journey of personal growth is the presence of limiting beliefs. These self-imposed barriers can hold us back, stopping us from reaching new levels of success and fulfillment. To truly tap into our potential, we must challenge and remove these limiting beliefs. The first step is adopting a growth mindset, which helps us see that our abilities and talents can evolve through dedication and hard work. This opens up endless possibilities. Begin by identifying your limiting beliefs and questioning their validity. Are they really based on facts, or are they just fueled by fear? Self-reflection and introspection are key. They help us understand ourselves better and uncover the reasons behind these limiting beliefs. Once we spot them, it's crucial to challenge them with evidence to the contrary. Look for success stories and examples that prove these beliefs wrong. Surround yourself with people who believe in your potential and offer encouragement and support. Finally, it's vital to replace limiting beliefs with empowering ones. Cultivate a positive mindset by affirming your capabilities and focusing on your strengths. Imagine you've always thought you're not good at public speaking because of one embarrassing moment in the past. By challenging this belief with new experiences of sharing your ideas in small groups and receiving positive feedback, you gradually build confidence. Over time, this new evidence helps you reshape your belief and see that you can become an effective speaker with practice and support. Breaking the cycle of procrastination is all about developing discipline and a strong work ethic. To get started, it's crucial to clearly identify and set your goals. With a clear vision of what you want to achieve, you can more effectively prioritize your tasks and direct your energy towards what really matters. One effective strategy to combat the overwhelming feeling that big projects can bring is to break them down into smaller, more manageable steps. This approach not only makes your tasks seem more achievable, but also gives you a sense of progress and accomplishment along the way. Procrastination, the archenemy of productivity, can be overcome by cultivating discipline. As Aristotle famously said, "We are what we repeatedly do." Excellence, then, is not an act, but a habit. By consistently prioritizing our tasks and working towards our goals, we can develop the habit of being productive and efficient. It's important to remember that the path to overcoming procrastination isn't easy, but it's certainly worth the effort. We need to embrace the discomfort, and push through our inner resistance to grow and reach our full potential. Imagine you've been putting off organizing your desk, which has become cluttered over time. Instead of tackling the whole thing at once, start by organizing just one drawer or clearing off one section. This small victory can motivate you to handle the rest, turning an overwhelming task into a series of manageable actions. In our quest for perfection, we often find ourselves caught in a relentless cycle of self-doubt and self-criticism. We set impossibly high standards, expecting to be flawless in every aspect of our lives. However, this pursuit of perfection not only creates immense stress and anxiety, but can also paralyze us from taking any action at all. It's crucial for us to break free from this need for perfection and instead embrace a mindset of progress. We need to understand that making mistakes and having imperfections are not only natural but essential for our growth and learning. By viewing imperfections as stepping stones rather than roadblocks, we can shift our focus toward continuous improvement. Another practical tip to combat perfectionism is to set realistic and achievable goals. Instead of aiming for perfection in every endeavor, we should concentrate on making progress and improving. This shift allows us to let go of our fixation with perfection and see imperfections as opportunities for growth. By embracing our flaws and setbacks, we can develop a healthier approach to life and learning, reaching our true potential through perseverance and resilience. Imagine you're working on a project and it's not turning out as perfect as you envisioned. Instead of scrapping it or beating yourself up, take a step back and focus on what you can improve incrementally. This approach not only alleviates the pressure to be perfect, but also paves the way for substantial growth and learning. Worrying too much, especially about the future or things we can't control, only serves to ramp up our anxiety and stress. It's important for us to practice acceptance and focus on living in the present moment. This shift helps us cut down on unnecessary worry and find peace. Letting go of excessive worry starts with acknowledging that we can't control everything. Instead, we can concentrate on what we can influence right now. By embracing this mindset, we foster a sense of calm and clarity, making it easier to navigate daily challenges without the burden of the what-ifs. A practical step to reduce worry is to engage in mindfulness practices. These can range from simple breathing exercises to structured meditation sessions, each helping to ground us in the present moment. By focusing on the here and now, we decrease our tendency to fret about the unknown. Consider this. You're lying in bed at night, your mind racing with worries about a big presentation at work next week. Instead of letting those worries spiral, take a deep breath and focus on the sensation of the bedding around you, the darkness behind your closed eyes, or the quiet of the night. This simple mindfulness practice can help shift your focus from anxious thoughts about the future to the peacefulness of the present. If you found value in today's video, why not hit that subscribe button? If you made it this far, you are a true Stoic warrior. Show us you watched till the end by commenting, "Let it go" below. Also, check out our next video right here to maximize your value and continue your journey to personal growth. See you next time.